When I was a little boy, I visited the prefectural city during the spring festival. The tradition was that the day before the festival, all the local merchants would parade with banners and drums to the judge's office, a ceremony known as bringing in the spring. I went with a friend to watch the festivities. The crowd was enormous, and officials in crimson robes sat in rows in the hall. Being young, I didn't recognize the officials. I was more interested in the bustling crowd and the drumming sounds. Amidst the excitement, a man leading a boy with unplaited hair walked up to the dais. He carried a pole on his shoulder and spoke, but the noise made it hard to hear him. The officials smiled, and soon an attendant announced that the man should give a performance. The man asked what they wanted him to do. After some discussion, the attendant asked what he was best at. The man replied that he could defy the natural order. After another pause, he was asked to produce some peaches. He agreed but remarked that it was a difficult task since the winter frost had not yet thawed. He worried that the officials might be angry with him. His son reminded him that he had accepted the challenge and couldn't back out. After some complaining, the man declared, "I have it. With snow on the ground, we can't get peaches here, but there might be some in the royal mother's garden in heaven. That's where we'll try." The boy asked how they would get there. The man replied, "I have the means," and took a long cord from his box. He threw one end of it high into the air, where it seemed to catch on something. The rope continued to rise until the end disappeared into the clouds, leaving only a short piece in his hands. The man explained that he was too heavy to climb the rope, so he handed it to his son, urging him to go up. The boy hesitated, saying the rope was too thin and he might fall. His father insisted, reminding him of the promised reward of 100 ounces of silver, which would be used to find the boy a pretty wife. The boy reluctantly grabbed the rope and climbed up swiftly, disappearing into the clouds. After a while, a peach as large as a basin fell from the sky. The delighted father handed it to the officials, who debated whether it was real. Suddenly, the rope fell back down, and the father screamed, "Alas! Someone has cut the rope. What will my boy do now?" Moments later, the boy's head fell to the ground, followed by his arms, legs, and body. The father, weeping bitterly, collected the parts and put them in his box, lamenting his son's cruel fate. He approached the officials, asking for help with the funeral expenses, to which they generously contributed. Having received the money, the man rapped on his box and said, "Why don't you come out and thank the gentleman?" The box thumped from the inside, and the boy jumped out, bowing to the astonished audience. I never forgot this amazing trick, which I later heard was performed by the White Lily sect, likely originating from this story.